Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones, and tonight I'm going to get into more politics. Now, today is October 23rd, 2024. So we have 2 weeks left till a number of us go to the polls to vote. Now, I am urging everybody right now, particularly if you are voting for President Trump, to make this election too big to rig, because the Democrats are using all types of deceptional tactics. That's what this video is about. It is the Democratic deception. That's the name of this video. Democratic deception. And what they're trying to do is utilize any means necessary to frighten the people. Now, something that I saw today, and this should have a number of individuals outraged. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, a liberal, or conservative. I actually saw Kamala Harris, and the videos are out there. She went behind the seal of the Vice President of the United States and said Trump wants to utilize the military to take out his enemies. He never said that. What he wants to do is have the individuals who are defaming his character sued. And then this is my interpretation, so this is not rhetoric, sued and imprisoned. But if you think about it, the Democrats' deception, and this is what we call the looking into the mirror, because the individuals who are trying to basically look at the other side as being deceptive, they're the ones who are really being deceptive. Now, Kamala Harris called Donald Trump Hitler. But if you think about it, she's the one that's more aligned with Hitler. She wants to silence everybody who disagrees with her. And she wants people arrested for not agreeing with her. Shout out to Candace Owens, because she's going to, I can tell you, going to be putting a lot of information out about her background, or where she gets the lies from. Because it looks like what I saw from Candace Owens' video today is she's trying to put a merge in there of her family being slave owners, and of course, the blacks were working as the slaves. And what I mean merge, well, she's trying to merge her background with a black background to make it look like she's black, but she isn't black. And something else, she talked a long time ago. I mean, this was 5, maybe 6 years ago, about Kwanzaa. Now, she's 60 years old. She's a few months older than me. She talked about growing up celebrating Kwanzaa. Well, Kwanzaa was started in 1966. So she was born in, October of 1964. So how could she have celebrated Kwanzaa when many of us African Americans, we don't even know about Kwanzaa. We don't even celebrate Kwanzaa. We celebrate the pagan holidays of Christmas and Easter. That's what we've always done, but we've never celebrated Kwanzaa. In fact, Kwanzaa was started by an individual who had some Marxist and communist views himself. In fact, he was an abuser of women as well. We all know that. But that's another lie she told. And what she's trying to do, and Black people, I know some of you are going to be stupid enough to vote for these reasons. You're going to vote for her because she's melanin. You're going to vote for her because she's a woman. You're going to vote for her because she hates Trump. And a number of you all hate Trump. And for the baby deletion. That's why you're going to vote for her, because she has no policies that are going to be beneficial to you. And I hate to say it, a number of you women out there and some men are pretty stupid. If you vote for her and you're listening to people like Obama, he's going all over the country telling you to vote her. You know what we're doing, Obama? We're telling him to go fuck himself. That's what we're telling him to do. Excuse my language. You have Eminem out there, you had Usher out there, you had Lizzo. Screw you, celebrities. You don't even live like us. You don't even know how we live, and you don't even care about us. But it's people like me who buy your records. Well, I don't buy your records, but you have a number of people who buy their records. I never take any marching orders from a celebrity. And for President Obama, he had his turn. And the economy wasn't great under Mr. Obama either. He was just a good speaker. That's how he got people to vote for him. Plus, he had a bad candidate the first time with John McCain, and then Mitt Romney was a bad candidate. That's why he won. But with this moron out there, Kamala Harris, she is unstable. I couldn't trust her to tie my shoes right. I couldn't even trust her to even create a recipe for collard greens. She'll fuck that up so bad. But a lot of you people out there, and I'm going to go hard on this one. Jamal Bryant, you were in Baltimore. You're out there behind the pulpit preaching. You're the reason why people like me don't go to church. You're deceiving your congregation. You got kicked out of Baltimore. You had infidelity with one of your church members. That's why you're down in Atlanta, and you're preaching at another imbecile named Bishop, the late Bishop Eddie Long, which he ran into some bullshit behind the pulpit. See, I don't trust any of you preachers out there, because all of you preachers, what you're doing, you're in it for the money. You don't preach anything out of the Bible. But the amazing thing about you preachers is you can brainwash women. Now, the funny thing about it is, I don't see Kamala Harris going to any of the Hispanic churches, the white churches. Now, why is that? Because the Hispanics and the whites, they're not gullible. Blacks are gullible. And I'm talking about a number of the men. And of course, more of the women are stupid. They are. More of you black women are stupid who will vote for Kamala Harris. And a lot of you brothers are stupid too. You're listening to Obama. He's going out there. He's talking all kinds of bullshit about what Donald Trump isn't going to do. Well, you had the audacity after Kamala Harris got behind the seal of the vice president and said that Trump wanted to send in the military to basically defeat his enemies. No, you all want to do that. You have a number of individuals out now who want to try to take down Elon Musk. Why? Because he has Twitter out there. See, back in 2020, when the election was on, you had Twitter run by somebody else. Trump got his account deleted, and there were a lot of others. Now you can't do that. And a number of you Democrats, James Carville, you've had Bill Clinton, all want to retain your power so you can keep these wars going for the military industrial complex. And a lot of you have brainwashed a number of Black people. Now, again, shout out to the sisters out there and the brothers out there who aren't falling for it. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the dumb bitches and niggas out there who are going to church who believe this bullshit that they're being spewed every election. You guys are broke as hell, but you accept this one woman in church who said, number one, on a college campus, when a couple of college students came out who said Jesus is Lord, and she said to those college students who asked, who also got escorted out of the church, and I believe some of the members of the congregation of Jamal Bryant's church got escorted out because they don't believe in what? The deletion of babies. See, they want the migrants to come in, but they're not telling them to delete their babies. So they want them to have babies. So those migrants, we continue the welfare cycle by putting them on welfare, giving them free health care, so they'll vote Democrat. That's what they want to do. But they don't want the Americans to continue to have babies. That's the big problem. And the bottom line is, and I said this a long time ago, and shout out to an old YouTuber of mine named Guy King. We talked about the red pill and the blue pill. And a lot of you Negroes out there, blue pill. You'll never be red pill. In fact, a number of Black people, and I hear Anton out there, he talks to some of the brothers. A lot of Black people are never going to make it because they're still on a plantation in their mind. And Black people like myself who think for ourselves, we don't want to deal with that bullcrap. And the bottom line is this. The Black people, what we have to do, and shout out to Little Big Nate, always around somewhere, Angry Snowman, I'm shouting you all out, been on panels with you all. Bottom line with Black people, we have to separate from the old Gen Xers, the old baby boomers with that thinking. I'm talking about the Roland Martins. Even if you're in a Divine Nine, see, I'm in a fraternity, but I'm not part of the Divine Nine. Thank goodness for that. Black people, if you want to make it, you have to tell the Democratic Party and even the Republican Party to earn your vote. And right now, Kamala Harris, why are you all, I'm not telling you who to vote for, but what kind of policies does she have for you? Because let's say she wins. We're going to go back to the same 4 years that we've had so far under Biden. And what's going to happen? She's going to be ready to run in another 4 years, preaching the same bullshit that she's preaching now. In fact, she's the vice president. Now, let's say if Donald Trump went out there and said Kamala Harris was like Hitler. Be all over the news. And the problem is Kamala Harris has lied and the media has lied. Should the media, Kamala Harris, be sued for defamation of character? I mean, I've never heard that come out of a vice president's mouth. And you know what? You women out there, you're going to sink to an all new low when you vote for her, because she'll allow men to come and play in women's sports. Well, I have to ask, where the feminists? Where are they? Seems to me that the feminists are hiding. So they want to come out there when it's selective, when they can benefit. But when something that they should be looking at that's really going to go against women, like the transgenders playing in women's sports, they're nowhere to be found. Also, what's going to happen? You may see Title IX go away. Feminists aren't thinking about that. Everybody's thinking about keeping Trump out of office. And then when the White House is getting all this nonsense, what if somebody said they wanted to put a bullet in Kamala Harris's head? Be a problem then. In fact, she'd be blaming it on the Trump supporters. See, the bottom line is the media, and we need to check the media. See, the media is going to cause a civil war. Even though I disagree with The View and MSNBC, wouldn't want them harmed. Wouldn't want Kamala Harris harmed. Wouldn't want Joe Biden harmed. Because although they spew their communist bullshit, and a lot of these Democrats do, you know why? They never lived under communism. See, I've been to Cuba. Cuba's outright depressing. Venezuela is depressing. And Russia. I remember Russia when it was depressing. China is under communist rule. And you have the vice president is calling the former vice president Hitler. He's far from Hitler. It's you people on the left. You people on the left are like the smokers that when you deal with a non-smoker, and we as a non-smoker tell you that your smoking stinks, you're going to deny it. And you're going to make it look like I'm the one with the problem. Why? Because you're immune to that smoking. Well, you Democrats are immune to canceling people. You want to get rid of the electoral college. You want to stack the court with liberal judges. You all on the left want the communist country because a lot of you all are communists and Marxists and socialists. You don't want real freedom. What you want to do is indoctrinate and jail people who don't think like you. That's who the real threat is. That's why a number of us want Donald Trump in there. He didn't say anything about utilizing the military. That's martial law. We don't declare martial law. We don't have insurrections. And even what happened on January 6th, it's not an insurrection. And this Project 2025. Well, first of all, something that a number of my fellow YouTubers aren't saying about Project 2025, that was written by the Heritage Foundation. And you know who the Heritage Foundation actually endorsed? It wasn't Donald Trump. It was Kamala Harris. But you all didn't know that, did you? Because you're busy listening to the media. You're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But the bottom line is, you better start doing some reading, particularly if you're on the left, because you know what? You all are not basically excluded from communism either. Because once they delete or once they get rid of the individuals that they don't agree with, guess who they're coming after? they're coming after you too. But too many of you too blinded to see that. And see, I'm just going to say this. Most people who are voting for Kamala Harris, again, they're only voting for her for 4 reasons. I mean, what kind of policies does she say? Oh, well, she's going to reduce tax. She's not going to reduce taxes. That's what she's saying to get elected. Because if she wanted to do that, she could do it now. I mean, she was basically installed so they wouldn't move that money from Biden. Now, I will say this, even if she loses, that campaign money is going to go to her. Biden, I believe. And you know, she's out there with Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney got destroyed in Wyoming. Dick Cheney was pathetic. George Bush was pathetic. That's why you don't see him out there. You see, this is the first year that many people have gotten involved in politics. And I'm going to say this. There have been ballots I've heard, maybe not a lot. They've been found, it may have been in Georgia or one state, and they're drained, their ballots out there. There have been people who've been sent mail-in ballots. I believe it's the state of Michigan. They got more ballots than people. Don't tell me the Democrats aren't trying to run some foolishness to stay in power, and they will do anything. They're going to get on the media, and this is what you have to do. You have to keep a swivel head because they're going to get on television. So, and even Fox News, can't trust them. The mainstream media is one setting up all this rhetoric. But I guarantee somebody threatened anybody from the mainstream media, loaded up a pistol, and put it to Joy Reid's head, and they threatened to kill her if she did not spew out the rhetoric that I wanted her to spew out. I'd be looked at as a murderer or a fascist. But these Democrats out here, and shout out to my boy Big Nate, the Democrat Party, they're demons. And there's no reason why you need to vote for that party. But yes, you may not like Trump, but one thing that I do see in Trump now, yes, Trump had a big mouth. It was an asshole in the past, but after what happened to him on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, he has shown to be a human being. And do you know what the McDonald's that he worked at? The Democrats mad, they want to come and ransack that McDonald's, so they have to protect the employees. And one thing about the Democrats too, they have arrested development. They're children. Now, in my mind, would I like to do some damage to them? Send them packing? That's in my mind. These are the people. Kamala Harris is very unstable. She cannot be president. She is the most far left center. She's left of Elizabeth Warren, who they call Pocahontas. And when you're left of Bernie Sanders, you got a problem. But when I see Kamala Harris walk into a black church, Usher looked like he didn't want to be at that church. But calling on all these celebrities. Again, fuck all these celebrities. I don't like, I don't listen to any of them. Use my French. They think they can, and that includes Obama too. They think they can come and tell us what to do. And yes, I'm not monetized on this channel, so I'm going to say what I'm going to say, like it or not. Some of you need to be beaten into submission. You need to get this work, because I'm just tired of dealing with stupid people out here. They're on media. They're all over the place. They don't know anything about politics, even the ones who are in politics. Party over country. And when I hear Kamala Harris say, well, Trump was out here thinking more about himself than the American people, you know, that's a cock of bullshit right there, because he's out there with the people every day. He's doing what she can't do. She can't go to a Pittsburgh Steelers game because something might happen to her. She can't go into a McDonald's. Heck, I don't have any proof, but she said she worked at McDonald's. I don't have any proof whether she did or not. But bottom line, she's not responsible. So I'm just going to say this. This election, I'm just telling everybody, get out there and vote. Vote early, particularly if you are on my side of the political spectrum. You're on my side of the political spectrum, but I already voted. I voted October 8th here in Indiana. The polls are open. And you want to know what's crazy? You got Obama running around looking like a chicken with their heads cut off. You have a number of people who have already voted. There's not much you can do when people, this is my opinion. You should already know who you're going to vote for right now. If you don't, stay home. Stay home. Because bottom line, it's you dummies who screw everything up. You're going to be voting with your feelings. You know, and for Kamala Harris, what happened to all the joy? Ain't joyful anymore. And I'm waiting. If Trump wins, I'm going all in. I'm going to fry up the media. And I'm going after you, Van Jones and Roland Martin. All you niggas who talking that shit out there. You're going to be crying like bitches. You better hope that Trump doesn't win. Because I'm going to love to see you back on that plantation. I'm not going back there. You'll be back there. Joy Reeds. All of you need a mental institution. And you're the black people who I hope die out soon. We don't need you around. Because you're the ones who have already screwed up black people. All of you celebrities. And you celebrities need to keep your politics out your mouth. Now, the funny thing about it is they want to go after Elon Musk, but they haven't gone after George Soros, George Clooney, Bill Gates. They're going to go after Elon Musk. You're talking about persecuting people that you don't agree with. You all are doing that. So blame them. Shame, blame, and explain. It's not working. And that early voting, voting by mail, and yes, I'm just rambling right now. We're rambling with facts here. A lot of you went to college. Bet you a number of you read the Communist Manifesto. I bet you a number of you have read Saul Alinsky, because that's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what Kamala Harris is doing. Rules for radicals. I did a video on Saul Alinsky. But a number of you out there going out there, look at where you are in life. Want to continue to be poor? Vote for Kamala Harris. Doesn't care about you, especially black people. Joe Biden already showed he didn't care about black people. He said, if you don't know who you're going to be voting for, send it to Charlemagne the God. He's an idiot himself. He let that get by him. Charlemagne didn't have any pushback. I think some of you Negroes are paid. That's what it is. No number of you are weak, but you're paid. And what it is, you're dealing with that white liberal. So you talk about the real racism, the real sexism, that white liberal. These Democrats have been using you niggas for years. And you all have been taking a bait. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I took the bait until I grew up and actually had to pay bills and go to work, pay child support. It's no joke out here in the real world. But a number of you don't understand how the real world works. A number of you are grifted. You want somebody else to do the work for you. See, I'm not saying that all of the Democrats are lazy, because some of your union members, some of them that I work with, they vote Democrat. It's not whether you have a D and an R on your sleeve, because there are a lot of Republicans, like Mitch McConnell. I don't care too much for him. Liz Cheney, George Bush, a lot of them. The problem with politics now is too many establishment people. And it's the oligarchs. If you know what an oligarch is, an oligarch means it's for the rich, by the rich. And when you let the smoke clear, what they really want, and this is true, they want a president in there who's a puppet. And since Kamala Harris doesn't know how to effectively govern, I don't even know any bills she put up as a senator. If she's put up something, maybe people like Reg the bad guy, you tell me what she's done. You're from California. Because I know we have one liberal running for governor. They're gonna put her down in the cellar and close the door. We don't want any liberals. They're dangerous people. Now, should this country split up? I don't know. But I'm just telling you all, the Democrats are desperate. I don't know what the numbers are, but I do know that people are voting right now. Like I said, I voted October 8th. Here it's October 23rd, 15 days ago. Early voting started, went down there and got it done. I know who I voted for. And as tired as I am doing this video, I'm just giving you this knowledge because the rhetoric, the Democratic deception is alive and well. They're going to try to deceive this election and see what they're really good at. And this is why you have to have your head on a swivel. Everything that they're doing, that they're blaming Trump for, they're doing. They're fear mongering. They're being accusatory. They're bloviating. They're lying. They don't even, and they're doing it so blatantly in our faces, and nobody's checking. Even when Kamala Harris goes on talk shows, now you know she canceled Joe Rogan. Now Donald Trump was going on Joe Rogan. She, her campaign tried to accuse the Trump campaign. Oh, he's not out there doing interviews. I'm watching him just about every night doing 2 and 3. This is a 78-year-old man. Now, of course, this is his 3rd time campaigning. He understands how to campaign. Kamala Harris doesn't know how to campaign. She's going out there, they're just feeding her all kinds of bullshit and shit, and she believes it. But the worst thing is she's getting it and putting it out to the public. That's the problem. And those college students got kicked out of their own, her rally, saying Jesus is Lord, but she's going to go in there and start quoting Luke in a black church. So last week she said, you're in the wrong rally, after they were preaching that crazy shit. But now she's going to come in to Pastor Jamal Bryant. He's fucked up himself. He is. He is. Gonna keep it up. He's gonna end up where Bishop Betty Long is. Mark my word. Because right now, it's not about Democrat versus Republican. It's about good versus evil. And the evil right now, because of the media. And so we need more people on the right. Get some money and go buy the media. Now, we here on YouTube, we are the media. We just have a different way of explaining everything. See, the reason why the media lets Kamala Harris filibuster, because they filibuster. They sit around. What is that? What is that dumb broad's name? That black woman on CNN. She's pretty. Abby Phillips. She just sits up there and lets it go on. Not mature. See, that's the problem. A lot of these Democrats are not mature. That's their problem. They live in what we call a blue pill world. Now, again, I did, and shout out to Barry Cunningham. He's talking about the red pill, blue pill. Well, me and Guy King, we explained the blue pill and the red pill a long time ago. But let me explain it to you again so you'll know. See, right now, and I can say when it comes to a number of men live in the blue pill world. And here's why they live in the blue pill world. As I go tangent, yes, I'm going off topics off of politics for a moment, and I'm going to talk about men. You men who are voting for Kamala Harris, you're blue pill. And I guarantee you, I know why you're blue pill. Because your wife told you she wasn't going to suck your dick and give you some pussy. That's what she told you. I know that's what she told you. And if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you'll probably be sleeping on the sofa. And if you let that happen in your house, then you got no balls. That's what it is with you. You let her lead you. She's got the leash around your neck. Obama's wife has got the leash around his neck. That's why he said, well, lucky Michelle ain't here. What's she gonna do? Nothing. Got Obama having his ass out there. Nobody listening except for the dummies. And see, Kamala and the Democrats, they're only going to the big cities. Why? Because the big cities, they can actually, and I'm not going to give any misinformation out, so I'm going to use my wording very carefully. In the big cities, they use a lot of deception. We already know they do. But you men are blue pill. even the ones that talk tough, your blue pill. That woman has got you wrapped around the finger. And it's a lot of these liberal women. And yeah, I'm just going to say this. It's going to come down to gender. Because see, some men, and I'm one of them, call me a messiah. No, I don't want a woman running this country. Not like her. She's unqualified. After a number of us see what goes on with a number of women, and I'm not going to put race behind it because you got your dumb black women, you got your dumb white women, and you got your dumb Latina women. Anybody that's been raised in this system in America who's going to college and they're spewing the same bullshit on CNN and Fox and they're doing it on TikTok, you need your head examined. Or you just need to spend the rest of your life in a mental facility. Because in the end, you're not really helping, you're hindering. Got a number of you that are receiving handouts. Yeah, we talk about the migrants. Yeah, they're receiving a lot of handouts. You have a number of people in the West receiving handouts. But the bottom line is, you got people on the left who care more about other people who have come across the border illegally, and they're getting treated better than people who actually live here. And that's why I say when it comes to men, I don't blame it on the men. We're supposed to make things happen, but it's very difficult because we got an uphill battle. And I'm not saying heterosexual, man, I'm talking about red pill. And yeah, I got to put the red pill. If you don't know the difference between the red pill and the blue pill, because to me, there are only two pills. You know, some people have the black pill and the red pill and the blue pill. And I talked about this a long time ago, and that's starting to come back here in 2024. When you are blue pill, you're still thinking that you're going to negotiate with your woman, or you're going to negotiate with people who are rational. In other words, you still think people who are lying to you are going to change their mind, and you're going to be able to go to the table to negotiate with them. So what you're going to do as a blue pill man, you're going to simp for them. See, a red pill man knows how to navigate through the system. He understands the truth. He's not going to get his hands where they shouldn't go. That's the red pill. Not all about women. A lot of people, oh, the red pill is all about, no. It's about understanding the truth and how to navigate through the system. Because we've had 4 years of Biden, and there are a number of us who still had to navigate through the system. But a number of men still don't know how to navigate through the system. I mean, a number, and going back to the issue with the politics, I just can't see how many men are going to sit out there and allow women to tell them that I'm not going to give you anything if you vote vote for Trump. Well, that's a woman you shouldn't be with. And if that's all you guys are starving for, you are definitely blue pill, because there are a lot of you guys out there. And it's not just black men. I mean, I see so many men out there now. What is this with this man bun? A man bun. I go to work and I see guys up there with a man bun, like a big poof ball. And I didn't grow up seeing a man with a man bun. I'm even seeing guys out here. You know, you talk about the you talk about women going out wearing head coverings, bonnets. I've seen a number of men go out with bonnets, and then all the piercings and the tats, and a lot of you women are trash with. A lot of men are trash with them too. But you're the ones that are going out there voting for Kamala Harris. So that means you're going to vote for men who call themselves transgender to go in a woman's bathroom. What if it's your daughter? What if that man gets a hard dick and starts boning your daughter? What are you going to do? Happened in Fairfax, Virginia, and you know what? They transferred that transgender person out of the school. Don't know where he is. And they got on a file. You see, what's going to happen? You got a 6-year-old girl down there. Just like at the spa happened 3, 4 years ago. Man coming in there hard as a brick in front of kids, but says he's a woman. That's that demonic behavior. When you hear Kamala Harris speak, she's speaking demonically. But you got the idiots out there who keep her in power. And you know what? When you keep a demonic person in power, that makes you demonic. A lot of you men out there, I'm going to use a term that I haven't used in ages. Keep dealing with that succubus out there. It's going to take all your power. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you because you're desperate. Especially black men. I'm seeing a number of white men and a number of Hispanic men too. Turn around and listen to somebody like Kamala Harris. You're listening to somebody that's got a lot of hate. In fact, as I listen to Candace Owens talk about her family background, there's a lot of lying and deception going on in her family. So what she tries to do, she tries to hide, and that's what she's doing. That's why she lies so much, because she's trying to make herself look like she grew up hard when she grew up in Montreal, Quebec, in a nice house. Then she went out to California. In the end, this woman, she has nothing for you. She's just doing anything to get elected. Again, when you're going to get up there and you're going to call somebody Hitler, you're going to accuse, I mean, where is she getting all this information that he's going to send in the military to take out his opponents? That's what they're doing. And see what it is too with the media on the left, and there's some people on the right who do it too. When you listen to a clip, what they'll do, they'll listen to 30 seconds of it, and then they'll stop it. And then they'll run that part instead of listening to the whole clip. And I'll give you an example. Charlottesville, Virginia, because that's all they keep going back to. And when I say deny, or omit, omission is just like lying. Well, what Kamala Harris is doing, She cannot go back and run on the good economy that Trump had. Can't do it. But then she doesn't want to run on the economy that we have now because we all know it's bad. So, what is in her playbook? Attack him personally. So, what she's going to do, she's going to listen to clips. She's going to, because all she's been doing, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald, you know why? She has nothing. Now, if he goes out and says everything about her, all the media's going to pick that up. And when it comes to people who are on the fence about voting, she's going to get those voters. See, I told you he was A, B, C, D, and E. Now, again, we all have a little bit of bias, but I'm being realistic here. There are a number of individuals out here that don't know what's going on, and they think because they hear somebody speak. And you look at Jim Jones, good speakers. What happened? What happened? Guyana in 1978. See, a number of people didn't read their Bibles and they looked at him as God. And see, with Kamala Harris, she doesn't want to take tough questions. In fact, you know, when she called, and shout out to my sweet chocolate for bringing this up because we were watching television. She went behind the seal of the vice president, said all this shit about Donald Trump. And when the media tried to ask her a question, what does she do? She walked out of there. She's a coward. That's what she is. And I'm gonna tell you something. You women take you women take advice from her. It's gonna be a different story with you all because some of you are gonna be lying in the street. But you got a lot of see, a woman like her is gonna turn a lot of guys into misogynists. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have guys using you. In other words, they're gonna be smashing and dashing you, not caring. And this new generation of men ain't gonna put up with it. This new generation of men, they're not simps like my generation was, the early Gen Xers. They're not simps. I'm talking when I say early Gen Xers, I'm talking about the ones that were born just after the baby booms, right? You know, between 1965 and 1970 or 1971. The ones who are there in their 50s now. Because a lot of us, we were simping. New generation of guys, they're singing the Hall and Oates. I can't go for that, no can do. They're not going to listen to a woman bloviate. They're not going to deal with her. You may call them incels or whatever you want to call them. Bottom line is this. She's given us an example of why we don't want women in leadership. If you look at a number of these cities run by women, Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, New Orleans, Charlotte, they're all fucked up. Crime out of control. Welfare out of control. People out of control. High taxes. Can't run anything. I mean, look at that woman from Dalton, Illinois. Came in there and spent a hell of a lot of money. Wonder why the FBI hadn't come after her yet. Got her name, Tiffany somebody from Dalton, Illinois, which I know exactly where Dalton is, right outside of Chicago. Just like Chicago Heights, Lansing, Calumet, Harvey, all those places. Right off I-294, right off I-80 out there. you got a number of look at Gary, Indiana. I'd say one of the best cities, and this is going to sound crazy as heck. They got their fair share of crime, and I work in it, and that's Indianapolis. You want to know something about Indianapolis? Well, Indianapolis has its crime. It has certain elements, but it's not a Chicago. It's not a Milwaukee. It's not a Baltimore, Philadelphia. Not any of those cities. Look what happened to Eric Adams. What happened to that guy? He's going down. The bottom line is this. Black people are running cities, running them into the ground. In fact, at one time, Indianapolis was the largest city in the country. It was run by a Republican before Halstead got in. Indianapolis has a different kind of government. It's a unigov. There's some cities like Lawrence and Speedway and Southport. They're all excluded. Everybody else is within Marion County. That's either here nor there. Now, to get everything into perspective so I can wrap this video up, I had to go real hard because when I'm hearing a person attack another person, saying they're Hitler, but then the shoe on the other foot, the media be all over it, that's a problem. And not taking questions, lying, deceiving, and then she is accusing him of scaring people when that's what she's doing. Guys on the Democrat, you better sit her down. Better sit her down. I don't care how much Secret Service she's got. It might be a nut on the right, ready to take her top off. I hope it doesn't happen, but people get tired. The lies she tells. Now, I'm just telling you from my perspective, I do not like this woman. But I want you guys to understand something. Don't let this woman turn you into a misogynist, because she can turn people into a misogynist. Because I know not all women are like this. I mean, and not all black women are like this, because there are some black women out there who can't stand Kamala Harris. But need more of you sisters to speak. Now, I don't listen to your content that much, the Crimson Cures and the Pink Pill Lessons. But we need more black women. You need to come out of your shell and start going after these ratchet black women. You need to start going after Kamala Harris. I mean, yeah, we guys, we can sit up here and do it all day. We know how we feel. But see, when we go after Kamala Harris, then we're called a bunch of sexists and misogynists. No. If you are a woman, you claim to be good, and you have all these beliefs, then you need to go after Kamala Harris. Now we'll take care of the people like Obama and Eminem. You need to go after Kamala Harris. That should be your job, not mine. Because I already know how I feel. I hate to use the word feel. I just don't like this one. I didn't like her from the start. I knew about her record. Putting black men in jail and black women in jail. And they want to turn around and go into a black church and they want us to vote for her. But then a week earlier, oh, you're at the wrong rally. go down to that small rally. She can't even, I could draw more than she could at a rally. That's the problem. Putting this woman out there to talk all this bullshit, they ain't checking her. She's going to get behind that seal of the vice president of the United States. Trump got behind that seal, he'd be ostracized. That's the problem. We've allowed the left for the last 50 to 60 years run wild. Because you think about a number of people on the left. Now, I'm not saying Democrats, but a number of people on the left, they're lazy people. They are, and a number of black people are lazy. Number of white, no, as I've gotten older, a lot of people here in the West have been spoiled. They act like communism is so great. If it's so great, why don't you go and live in one of those communist countries? Let's see how much of a smile you have on your face then. And I'm talking to people like the Whoopi Goldbergs who said when Trump won, she was going to leave. Well, how come you didn't leave? She didn't leave. She didn't want that smoke. There's those communists out there. Again, you look at people like Pol Pot, Mao Zedong, Mussolini, Stalin. Those guys. Venezuela, Fidel Castro. You guys love to talk about how much you love some communism and want to put it here. Go live within a communist country and then find out if you want to put it here or not. Because I guarantee you'll be chasing your tail. You're going to come back and, oh man, I don't want to go to that. But that's the problem. A lot of people on the left are Marxists, socialists, and communists. Heck, even Martin Luther King had a communist program out called the Poor People's Campaign. Even Black Lives Matter, they were stoked in communism. People don't know that. I saw their website, and then we'll check their website out. What did they do? They scrubbed it. Bottom line is this. What these socialists, Marxists, and communists want, they want to come and they want to promise you everything and they want to speak clearly. They're not going to offer you anything. Hell, they like to get rid of you because you have a number of them that want population control, like Bill Gates. But again, many of you are really too stupid to see what's going on out there. You would rather vote your country away because you don't like this guy over here for this bitch. That's what you all want. Their bosses I didn't like. But you know what? It's not about liking somebody. It's about can they get the job done. Kamala Harris cannot get the job done. I mean, when she walked out of the meeting, after calling the man Hitler. Now, granted, Trump has said some things to her. Now she's going to say Trump can't take criticism. She can't take criticism. That's why she backs off. She walks out. See, whenever you're saying, oh, well, he can't take criticism. He wants to beat down on his enemies. No, that's what you want to do. And the rest of the Democratic Party. And I'm not going to say, I shouldn't say all the Democrats. I'm talking about the left wing of your party. Now you need to alienate them. If you alienate the left wing of the Democratic Party, you see what the Republicans have done? They're kicking all the rhinos out. Rhinos don't serve the purpose. I mean, you have Liz Cheney out there. She's campaigning, stumping with Kamala Harris. Republican Party doesn't like rhinos now. It's a new party. See, Kamala Harris, she can't relate to regular folks. Everything is scripted. And she's running a terrible campaign. Her handler should be fired. But that's either here nor there. So let me wrap this up. I've been on here enough. But what I want to say is there's going to be a lot of deception going on. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't let it bother you. Because that's what they want to do. They want to get inside your head and they want to scare you. Don't let that happen. You vote because I'm not even telling people don't vote for Kamala Harris. I'm saying if you do vote for Kamala Harris, this is what you're going to get. That's up to you. Don't listen to these preachers, particularly in the black church. Don't listen to any of these celebrities. They don't care anything for you. And Kamala Harris has to send the celebrities out to do the campaign for her. She got a problem. When you think about it, it's not working. So in the end, don't be a fool by letting yourself get deceived. Don't get into your feelings. Utilize critical thinking. Because in the end, this election is important, but so are other elections. If you think with your feelings, you're only cheating yourself. Certainly, you're hurting the whole country because you're going to vote for somebody that vote against this person because you don't like them. And you're going to be complaining about high prices. Well, you all voted for this. Because in the end, or communism or capitalism. Or better yet, are you still going to be with the blue pill? Or are you going to take the red pill? The choice is yours. That's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some STEM content, you can check me out every Thursday. QCIS channel. And on that channel, I give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, this is where you can find me. On the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show, you can find my content on YouTube, X, True Social, and Rumble. With the QCIS channel, it's more of an educational channel. My goal is hard. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on X. You can find me on LinkedIn. And in the end, always be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, then change it. Once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 401 Talk Zone Radio Show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.